Hello everyone, my name is Eostrix, and today I'm introducing my commander deck, Cyberpunk Cardrunners. This deck is partially inspired by TCG Player's article linked in the description, but mainly from the fact that I've been obsessing with the show and I needed to do DeckTech at the same time. To helm this deck, we have our main couple, Silas Renn, Seeker Adept, aka David Martinez, and Tymna Weaver, aka Lucy Kushinada. David Martinez is a legendary artifact creature human for 1 blue-black that has 3 abilities. Death Touch. Whenever David Martinez deals combat damage to a player, choose target artifact card in your graveyard, you may cast that card this turn, and Partner. Also red heavy, we have Lucy Kushinada, who is a legendary creature human cleric for 1 white-black that has 3 abilities. Lifelink, at the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you may pay X life, where X is the number of opponents that were dealt damage this turn. If you do, draw X cards, and Partner. Now another quick thing, this deck is mainly flavor over function. I have no idea how well it does, didn't test it, to be honest, but I did make all these cards new art for like a week, so please consider subscribing. On we go. Starting with the lands, we have Adakar Waste, now Lucy's Apartment, Arcane Sanctum, now the Afterlife, Bad River, now Arasaka Industrial Park, Caves of Kolios, now David's Apartment, Command Tower, now City Center, Darkwater Catacombs, now Kabuki, Deserted Beach, now Turbo's Diner, Aijango, Seat of the Empire, now Aldo's Warehouse, Exotic Orchard, now Jacked and Coke, Floodplain, now Rancho Coronado, Idyllic Beachfront, now Lizzie's Bar, Myriad Landscape, now Santo Domingo, Path of Ancestry, now Haywood, Prairie Stream, now Kiwi's Apartment, Raffine's Tower, now David and Lucy's Flat, Reflecting Pool, now Corpo Plaza, Shattered Sanctum, now Tom's Diner, Shipwreck Marsh, now Northside, Skycloud Expanse, now City Outskirts, Sunken Hollow, now Arasaka Academy, Sunlit Marsh, now the Badlands, Takinuma Abandoned Mire, now Arasaka Tower, Temple of Deceit, now Westbrook, Temple of Enlightenment, now Japantown, Temple of Silence, now Norse's Crime Scene, 4 plains, 4 islands, and 4 swamps. Next, I think the best idea had been to introduce the characters. For the main crew, we have Gloria Martinez, as represented by Icing Death Frost Tyrant, as she's rather powerful and leaves behind Gloria's jacket to help. Upper Dog is represented by Kesket the Flesh Sculptor for obvious reasons. He's a good help, though more of a tough love. Main is represented by Greasefang Okiba Boss, due to his knack for vehicles, good recursion with the few that we have. Doris is represented by Bastion Protector because of her tankiness and taking damage for others, lets us keep our commanders out and about. Pilar is represented by Sly Relinquisher due to his lankiness that is good for stealing and his knack for new technology, makes us tokens when we eventually sack some artifacts. Rebecca is represented by Either Sworn Adjundicator for a knack for destroying things and being quick at recovery. Falco is Denetha Compassion Paragon due to him making jobs easier and being very tough for not a lot of chrome. And Kiwi is represented by Katose the Silent Spider due to her stealthiness of being on both sides and just having a general look of Kiwi or Netrunner. For antagonists, we have James Norrison, as represented by Noxious Gearhulk due to his scene of just destroying everything in his high cost 2 abilities. Fairday is represented by Marionette Master, as he is constantly planning and playing people like puppets, good for damage. Tanaka is represented by Imhotep the Stormlord for him spawning more people for help, though technically it'd be Trauma Team for the scene, and has an act to help others in combat but not himself. Kurosaki is represented by Tameshi Reality Architect. If the reason isn't obvious, it just sounds exactly like a brain dance creator, lets us grab stuff from the past. Arasaka heads are represented by Jinkatax's Progress Tyrant, due to their ability to summon a lot of people and being stupidly controlling. Adam Smasher was probably my favorite to make, as I thought it was best to make him culture complete due to him being 98% machine made for death and probably a sliver of human cells in there. Maelstrom, though technically more of a passing glance as an antagonist due to them kidnapping Rebecca, it's a good representation via Necron Deathmark, which I felt oddly fitting as a kill and mill like their food processing plants. And a random Cyber Psycho is represented by Assault Intercessor, as it just damages anyone but himself when death happens, RIP Pilar. For the other characters, we have Arasaka Academy Principal as represented by Campbell, Console of Allocation, mostly just for his seating position, but it feels like he also exploits students, thus the taxing of spells. Trauma Team, as shown by Psychomancer, as it damages opponents and heals you according to your subscription to them. NCPD officers represented by Eloise, Nefalia Sleuth. For obvious reasons, all they find are clues and never truly who they are looking for, leaving more stuff for the graveyard, more artifacts for us. V, though technically not addressed, I needed someone to fill the slot, so we have a chrome-wearing junkie without cyber psychosis, because that's not in the game yet. Ardent Intrepid Archaeologist to transfer chrome between creatures. Wakako is represented by Notion Thief, as she is a fixer by trade and very good card draw for us, if not a bit mean. And Scavengers are shown by Tashar and Cester's Apostle, as they continually look to bring back old chrome for cheap. Now we have events. Affinity for Cyberware is shown by Ethereal Armor, a moment where David learns how his high humanity allows for more chrome than humanly thought possible except for a few exceptions. Picking up the gun is Ancient Excavation, as it makes sense for your life or hand would change when you choose to take this route for life. Cruel Fulfillment, I wanted this to be a different type, but this kind of made the most sense as Cruel Witness. It's really messed up. David's Demise, it makes sense that it's Dark Ritual, as he dies, Falco and Lucy also get to live off of it. Face and Legend, I really wanted as one with the machine, but I couldn't find anything that made any sense for that, so I changed the name to Face and Legend. Main snaps is organic extinction because holy hell does that fit for cyberpsychosis, and a board wipe just for everyone but us. Return to Dust, this is just funny and I'm not going to explain further. Chrome the Fuck Up was another fun card to make from the Flesh is Weak. It's an anthem, makes things artifacts, and debuffs opponents. Flash of Time is more of a mention as we grab a lot of Chrome in a short period of time. Built Different is built to last as it helps a creature stay alive longer than others would. Kurosaki's Warehouse was a little funny to add here, but as stopped their spy network, it makes sense that recurring drones would be called in an event, huh? Frey Insanity is as it sounds and makes someone mill double the cards they already have. Could be us or others. Militech Swarm is shown as mirrored in the Siege, as they are stuck in that same position of lose-lose. Ponder, as both David and Lucy look at Earth, you look at cards. Net Running is shown by Reality Heist as Lucy continually searches for information, though technically it's artifacts, but it's whatever. And Cyberpsychosis as Parasitic Impetus, as why not give something Cyberpsychosis when we can. Next we have Actions and Influences. A Reason to Live is replacing all deck glitters, as I found this to be a really good motivator. Life in the City is Anointed Possession due to the overpopulation and the line I heard in my playthrough, part 2 that's coming out soon. That has a line stating 2 enter but 1 survives. Pressures of Night City is Blind Obedience due to extortion and slowness. Eventual overcoming is bound to happen, but a slow start. Disruption Protocol is a card I just found that fits well. It's a counterspell that uses artifacts, not just the best one, but fitting. Corporate Advertising is rampant as Disinformation Campaign, good for filling Graveyard and card draw. The Fourth Corporate War, taking place of the Antiquities War for all of the artifacts and making people out of metal. The Weight of Guilt reigns heavy with Psychic Corrosion, slowly deteriorating our opponent's libraries to nothing. And lastly we have Cyberware items and possessions. Immunoblockers is anchored to reality as it keeps David grounded and lets us search for more equipment as he refuses to lower his usage. Projectile Launch System is Argentum armor as it destroys when we attack and has excessive damage. Mobile Installation Unit is as this is the point of sacrifice for anyone who would decide to wear it. Cyberskeleton is Assault Suit as when equipped to our Chrome Junkie they don't stop attacking and the world starts to burn around them. Gorilla Arms is Basilisk's Collar as a good punch usually means death and that kinetic energy recovery gains us some life. Pilar's hands are seen as a Hammer of Nazan due to grabbing new cyberware that comes out, as shown by these gold hands. Net Running Jack is also known as Skull Clamp and it can damage its user in the same way. Though a bit weird, Arasaki uniform is a Whisper Silk Cloak for blending in and it works rather well, though technically not chrome. The Sandevistan finds a home in Haunted Cloak for both James Morrison, and the abilities of Haste, Trample, and Vigilance. Bane's Ride is Fleet Wheel Cruiser as it's fast, easy to crew, and has been used to run over more than a few people. Smuggler's Buggy, also known as Bodyguard's Car, has some decent value given that you can get it through another person's security. Arasaka Transport Ship is known as a Thunderhawk Gunship as it adds more people and makes people fly. Night City Ambulance doubles as our unlicensed hearse depending on the scavenger that you ask. Shards, also known as the Reality Chip, are the way that people can live inside of something for a while taking no time in the real world. A cool way to get information. Moon Poster has Moonsliver Key as, it's just ramp and I just had the name of it. And finally Bounce Back V3 as Soul Ring because it does the same thing. To guess this deck's power level is something I'm not feeling well enough to do, my sinuses are terrible, my voice is only barely well enough to do this recording, and I wanted to see if it'd get better but it didn't. I'm looking for quality not quantity. So, whoops. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.